What do you remember about your parents' initial reaction to you dating a person of a different race?
What do I remember?
Yeah.
Indian? Like... I remember it was like a mix of like disbelief and also like curious a bit. I think they really did not... I would not say they were not expecting it, lor, because it wasn't as if like I was hiding it or anything. And they knew you as my friend before the relationship. I think it was more of like a worry. It was a lot of worry. It wasn't anything against you as an Indian person, but it was a lot of worry for me as a... what is the future going to be like?
This will be good. What can you teach your children about your culture?
How to tie the sari. Yeah, my daughter actually asked me this morning. She wanted to learn how to tie the sari, and I know how to tie the sari, which, by the way, not many Indian women know, because these days we have instant saris.
Yeah.
I don't own a single instant sari, so I tie my saris from scratch. And that's one thing that I enjoy doing as an Indian woman, that I have this costume that I can wear. I wouldn't say it's a costume. It's just like this attire. For me, it feels like a costume because I only wear it like for
once a year.
Yeah,
like my baju kurung.
Yeah, like maximum once a year. So yeah, but it's great because it's just knowing something, right? It's just knowing something special from a culture in which I was brought up, and being able to pass that down at least to my daughter who wants to wear it. So it's great that she wants to wear it. She already wears the baju kebaya because she goes on Jalan Raya with her friends.
Nice.
So yeah, great. You know, that's something that she wants to do, fine. And then she wants to learn this from me, fine, great. So yeah, I could teach my daughter that. I don't know what I'm going to teach my son, but maybe a bit of the food as well, because North Indian food here in Singapore at the restaurants is very different from the stuff we make at home.
What was the most racially insensitive remark someone made about me to you while we were dating?
I don't think there was... okay, nothing really stands out as extremely insensitive, but I think there was a kind of general attitude taken by some people that, oh, you know, Shumei's like got this white boyfriend now, like British boyfriend now. So it's like, you know, they see you as not as individual, but like this is like white guy. Yeah, and then it was only after meeting you and like getting to know you that, okay, like maybe it's different from what they thought they knew. Yeah.
It's that barrier I mentioned again, right?
Yeah. And then obviously there's like a lot of like racial stereotypes, or that like you must be like quite well off, or like you don't like durian, or like you cannot eat spicy food. It's all really boring stuff.
Yeah.
But like those are the kind of boring stereotypes that come up. Yeah. It's like and it's like, okay, like, you know, surely, yeah, must be so much more to a person than just like those things.
Very interesting. All right. If there's one thing about race you wish people would know, what would you say?
Great.
Interesting for me because I don't have to answer this yet.
Yeah, I always tell my friends or like people who I know that everything is socially constructed.
My God, yes.
So race itself is a social construct. It's arbitrary. There's no DNA or genes that actually amount to what race we are. So I took a race class in America, which is great. And like one of the examples it said is like being black, being African American in USA is different from being black in South Africa, in South America, in Jamaica or whatever. And that shows how arbitrary, and there's no standard and or like absolute benchmark to base your race upon. It's really just something that is created by our society and normalized by our society. So you have to understand that know, like, what is, like, oh, I'm Malay or like I'm Chinese, but it just doesn't really mean anything. And there shouldn't be any difference, any differences that is kind of associated with the race that you are, because it's just random.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's what I would want, like, everyone to, like, just have a glimpse, or like, kind of understand what race is.
Seriously, that's true. Race is a social construct, effectively.
Yeah.
That was one thing when I was studying sociology. That was one of the few things that literally blew my mind.
Yes.
It's so weird. I mean, the fact that it blew your mind is like, how
That's
ingrained was it in you that it
Yes.
came to you as a surprise that you're genetically similar to a person who is of a different race.
Yeah, there's like no DNA differences.
Yeah,
but
it's all, that's where it's all completely made up. When I say made up, but it's something that you agree to. Yeah.
It's
So
not
that,
like a fact.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?